No, don't pull. No. Ah!
Where'd you move here from, dumb?
Hey everyone, it's shilling time again. So first of all, I got my old Twitter back, so that's gonna be my main from now on.
Do you remember me now?
Can't be. You were killed in Zanzibar.
My main Twitter account is Top Brick Boss, and my alt account is Lone Grips. Follow whichever one you want, I guess. I also have Instagram, that one too. And I have El Patreon, you can give me money. If I get $1,000, I'll post feed pics or something. Oh, by the way, before I forget, I have a new podcast now. The podcast is called A Film Sheet, and you can subscribe and watch our new episodes right now. If you want to see me talk movies with Ellis Mark and Jaden from The Sonic Show, hit the link down below and subscribe. Not convinced yet? Here's one of our funniest moments. Wow, wasn't that moment hilarious? These moments and more on our podcast Film Sheet. Anyways, that's all. Here's the actual YouTube video. Ladies and gentlemen, what is the saddest story you have ever witnessed? And furthermore, why do we as humans enjoy sad stories? Is it for empathy or just to feel something? Well, one thing's for certain, video game violence is bad. Violent video games, bro, you gotta go to church where it totally isn't violent.
Now, Gordon, this is very crucial. You have to take your Xbox and trash that combine.
Do you guys remember Life Isn't Perfect Sad Story? Also known as the Try Not to Cry Challenge, also known as that video that Flight Reacts reacted to. A lot of you my age might actually remember this story, but what you might not remember is just how dog shit it is, or how the original video isn't the entire full story.
Ocelot was not told the whole truth, to say the least.
Or the unfinished sequel that exists. Now, the actual name of this comic is A Little Gaming Moment, created by some dude named Gear Boy, and released in 7 whole parts. Wow, ambitious. Now, normally, I'm not a fan of doing shit like this. I've insulted a lot of people's works throughout the years, but a lot of them are made by pretty sizable studios and companies. This comic, though, is made by just one guy. It's an unprofessional personal work, and to insult that would be pretty much just bullying. And furthermore, a wise man once said,
"Man, I'm finna whip this hoe."
But you know what? Fuck it. The guy's been inactive for years and I want to talk about it. So sit back, boys, as we talk about whatever the fuck this bullshit is. Have you taken a moment to imagine it? These are the first words we hear as a baby is born. We then cut to the next scene where a boy is baking cookies and writing on a dog in the back. That is not good for the dog. The boy isn't playing soccer all by himself, fucking loser, but then notices something. A girl getting bullied from the guys from the beginning of Fallout 3.
Don't mess with the tunnel snakes.
This one has no fucking neck.
Finally, a
Webcomic.
for me.
The boy shakes his fist and says an exclamation point. The bullies then stare at him and then beat him up, leaving him all alone in the cold rain. But thankfully the girl helps him up and gives him a lollipop, and that's the end of part 1. The boy, however, is lonely carrying on to part 2 as he celebrates his birthday all alone. But thankfully, a ring at the doorbell, and it's the girl from his childhood. Sadly, she only has a birthday card though. What the fuck, stupid bitch? I wanted a goddamn PS5! However, this Rizzler technique works as the boy asks a question mark to her. This, of course, translates to Nintendo 64 and plenty of Turok 3. Our characters then grow up and the girl becomes emo.
You've never listened to
When heavens divide.
Yeah, I'm going to college in Urbana just so I could be in the same vicinity as the
All while they play The Fuck Is That Glork Station? The boy then buys her a dog and he plays Wonderwall for her and they kiss in front of a stock photo and get married. And now they're painting and she's suddenly pregnant, but then something happens. The man rushes to the hospital and now the wife is giving birth. But sadly, because this is a webcomic from the mid-2000s, that means she had a fucking miscarriage. I can only imagine how she must be reeling from the loss right now. But thankfully, adoption is always an option. And our main couple has adopted a little child they can call their own, and who Flight Reacts thinks is the baby that was born from the wife's stomach.
Oh no, she didn't lose a baby, it's right there.
Maybe the baby was sick or some shit.
Please never change, Flight reacts. The boy then meets the dog, who then sniffs him and licks him, and Flight reacts thinks he's saying smile, smile.
Smile, smile, that's what the dog is saying.
Please never change, Flight reacts. They then take a bath with a teddy bear for some reason, and they play outside, and then they watch a movie, hopefully it's The Gray. And now the dog's playing with his balls, but then the ball rolls into the street and a car approaches them. Oh no! The family, who just now notices, turn their heads. And the dog, who is completely fine enough to walk back, is bleeding. Our main character's trusted companion gives him one final goodbye as he fades into the abyss. Time passes, but they don't exactly get easier for our main character. He drives to the hospital, and his wife, who's suffering from cancer, needs expensive treatment to live. And she lives, but now the family's in financial debt, meaning one thing only. But now the family's in a darker spot than they've ever been. Our main character especially affected, causing him to drink his sorrows away like Max Payne 3. Yeah, it could be worse. He could be in Brazil. But the man is then approached by a racing game NPC who offers him a private military contract? Dude, bro's about to join Mother Base. He's about to be a diamond dog. So our hero says goodbye to his family and heads for Zanzibar land. And while there, things are looking dire. Our main character's friend dies by gunfire. And I did not mean for that to rhyme at all. Oh my god. But during this darkest moment, the man is cornered but reaches into his pocket and remembers something. Well, we've come this far. That birthday card his wife gave to him years and years ago. Have you taken a moment to imagine it all? Our pro tag is filled with determination. Just a moment. The man fires at before you pulled the trigger, and boom. The man is shot in the head, blood squirting out of his body. Boom, headshots! We cut to some random fucking gamers who remark, these bots are this campaign level is so easy. Oh great, is this a video game violence bad thing? Fun fact, the scene is actually cut out of the Life Isn't Perfect film adaptation on YouTube version of this. So the people putting this shit in Windows Movie Maker don't even like it. You know what though, Sniper Chick can get it though. God damn, look at her. But it's just a game, right? The young adopted boy in a suit and tie looks at his father's gravestone, and on the epitaph, in memory of a caring father and a loving mother. And right below it, a fucking lollipop, which is a reference to the beginning of the story. Here's to you, oh my god, this song is Seabreeze from MGS3. How long am I gonna fucking play this? So a lot of people find this story to be extremely sad and somber and depressing. Of course, a lot of these people are 14 years old. Other people will call it stupid and pretentious and dumb. Of course, a lot of these people are 14 years old. My problem is that the story is kind of pointless overall. Like, what's the point here? Is it that life sucks? Well, gee golly, I couldn't guess that one. Is it that war is bad? Well, gee golly, I couldn't guess that one. Is it that life keeps going no matter what? Well, that's a nice message, but what's the point of the video game scene then? Is it that a video game violence is bad? Next time you shoot someone in a video game, think about who you're shooting. It's a very, cheap way of commentating on video game violence. The story reminds me of that one Austin Powers joke where the henchman dies and then the family gets the news and they start crying about it. Except this is completely unironic. The issue is that this is an absurd thing to kind of critique. For one thing, like, obviously context. If I kill a Nazi in a World War II shooter, I'm not gonna feel bad for him. And if I kill a Halo alien, I doubt his family's gonna miss him. Even in like modern military shooters, they're usually terrorists we're killing. It's like, who cares? That's not what we're focusing on in the narrative. Video games in their own medium have commented on their own violence better than this comic book here. Both the Metal Gear franchise and Spec Ops The Line are very self-reflective, and they're also very focused. Focusing less on, oh look how sad this is, the main character has a family, and more on the actual shit war does to an individual. Like, take Spec Ops for example. You see, Spec Ops isn't fucked up because Walker has a family or the soldiers have a family. In fact, none of that is mentioned at all, period. It's fucked up because the main character, Captain Walker, pushes himself deeper and deeper into a hole of war depravity. He's become delusional and lost all sense of reality. The scary part isn't Walker losing his family, it's him losing himself. And the implication of an outside life never being the same will always haunt him. That's scarier. Meanwhile, Metal Gear Solid 3 has the sorrow boss fight, where you have to wander through a river full of the ghosts of every enemy you kill. And the boss is harder depending on your actual kill count. Metal Gear Solid 3 includes the same criticism that a little gaming moment includes, but only includes it as one part of the story, in order to explore its actual theme, how morality is dictated by times and is a lot more fluid than we think it is. Going back to a little gaming moment, it's essentially just sadness porn. There's no real point to it, but you do get a quick fix of sadness, I guess, even though it ends up not actually having a point. If you're gonna make a sad story, have there be a real point to it, some kind of conclusion you can at least try to come to. Now here's the good news though, a little gaming moment is at least a lot better than its sequel. That's right, there's a sequel, and it's really bad, but in a really entertaining, just fucking absurd way. Gear Boy went full Hideo Kojima.
Did you like it?
This one is called A Little Movie Moment, and dear fucking god. So the story begins with a little girl who is abused by her father, a father who spends her Paris piggy bank money on, I guess, like, whatever he's smoking here. She then sees the main characters from the first story, and then, man, I sure do love this tasteful use of disturbing topics. But now she's in the military, and what kind of logo is that? Well, it turns out she's part of a, I kid you not, dystopian Nazi military government in Paris, where she's ordered to squad fire execute people. What is going on? And some sniper's about to execute her, but is blocked by a giant robot. Okay, it is Metal Gear now. And the girl is now crying that she's executing people, but she sees the sniper who then puts a flower in her gun. But now the girl has this cute romance in the middle of the fucking Nazi Germany. Snake can love bloom on a battlefield. And then there are more squad executions and cute romance moments, but then turns out she executes the guy she's in love with, and that's where the story ends. I presume more chapters were meant to be made, but Gear Boy just never ended up finishing them. So what you're left with is a tonally inconsistent mess, one that is so outlandishly bonkers, and a complete departure from the slightly grounded original. And again, it's literally unfinished. We'll never know how it ends. Oh well, I hope Gear Boy's in a better place now, wherever he is. Now the real question, why did I make a whole video on this? Yeah, that kind of felt like it.
Fuck you in the lanes you came with. Me and you ain't on the same shit. You ain't in my lane, bitch. Nah, throw that shit in fifth. Rollie on my wrist. Ay, baby, you a star. I'm my only wish. I'm counting blue hundreds. I'm too money. Ay, and my little bitch, she too lovely. Yeah, hanging up and calling me right back. Ay, baby, why you calling me like that? Yeah, getting high with the seat laid back. Baby, gon' relax, yeah. Hey, they don't know the half, yeah. No matter what happened, I got your back. Baby, that's the facts, yeah. That's the facts, yeah. We can fight, but the feeling's gone. I try to find the words, but they never come. I can still see you on the lawn. Hey, laying outside in the summer sun. Yeah, we can fight, but the feeling's gone. I try to find the words, but they never come. I can still see you on the lawn, ay, laying outside in the summer sun. Ay, I'm with a dark-skinned girl on a Sunday, that's that Black Sabbath. She put them ones all down on a Hyundai, and she had to have it. Baby, that's the facts, yeah, that's the facts, yeah.
I teased my hair so much I got blue balls.